Communist and I go to Shoreline Community College. And I have T-Zoc, he's my 8-month-old. I'm studying accounting and I want to be a CPA and work from home. That's my personal goal and it's been my goal for a while. And the Seattle Milk Fund has helped me a lot in accomplishing that goal. So I'm just a few more courses away and should be there.
My name is Melissa Cheeseman, and right now I'm studying at Seattle University, major in accounting, and my BA is business administration.
My name is Sarah Martin, and I actually have technically 3 majors. English was my first, and then one called Comparative History of Ideas, and then History is my 3rd. The Seattle Milk Fund, they've just been amazing.
Seattle Milk Fund has organized its Circle Family program around complementing the existing resources. But there are some things that are different. We choose to fill the gaps, if you want to call it that, and I think relationship is what fills that gap. I think it's something that stays with folks and sits in their hearts for years to come. All of our funds that pay for our Circle Family program are gathered from community donors and members. It is all individual giving that makes this happen. And so we focus on 40 families a quarter, and we know them by name, and we know their children's names, and maybe we helped edit their papers, or maybe we cooked a meal during finals week. We also help them pay the highest bill on their family budget, and that often is childcare.
It's very challenging. Just, you know, the daily, for us it's a schedule. It takes us a schedule to get up and get everybody ready and get them going to school and daycare, and then for me, myself, to go there, and even doing homework is a big challenge. I go to school until 12:30, and then after that I'm able to have some study time while the kids are still in daycare, so I do appreciate that a lot. I've been able to have that through the Seattle Milk Fund.
I'm a single mom, and I went back to school about 4 years ago when my daughter was 1.5. And I just came across the Seattle Milk Fund online, actually. I was just doing some searches for different grant opportunities, and realized that I'd qualify for some funding through them. And it allowed me to choose a Montessori preschool for my daughter that's, I feel, one of the best preschools here in Seattle. It's just amazing. I felt safe, you know, every second that my daughter has been there. It's been a really good situation.
Daycare, and being able, and when I say that, being able to have a place that not only loves your child, but accepts your child, wants your child there, was really essential. And like I said, they're like a second family.
Seattle Milk Fund started in 1907. In the early days, when women would bring needed supplies to people in hospitals, shut-ins, people that were in poverty. When the Depression was in full swing, we enlisted big dairy farmers in the area that would deliver milk to homes. And the Seattle Milk Fund is still called the Seattle Milk Fund, but milk is now not the primary focus.
Through the years, we've always served families. The focus has been on emergency services. And then in about 1960s, we started focusing on long-term solutions to poverty, moving families out of poverty. And the way to do that, we thought best, was to invest in education. Childcare can exceed the cost of tuition. And so we've taken it upon ourselves to tackle the biggest hurdle, the biggest barrier for a parent to actually feel capable of going back to school. Because oftentimes it's the money that stops them, not the motivation. We start from this idea that parents want to do well by their family and their children. We assume that, and so you take the thing that's the biggest thing that's stopping them from achieving that goal, and we've decided to make that our priority. And we know that statistically, when parents go to college, it's more often the case that their children then too will go and get a college degree as well.
I was a single mother myself in the late 60s, early 70s, and I empathize completely with these young parents today that are struggling, and I admire them immensely for doing what it takes to go back to school and get the education they need, no matter how hard it is for them personally to do that, and provide the support to their kids to show them how important education is. and what a difference it can make in their life. Good quality childcare for these kids while their parents go to school is one of the things that we do best.
I'm Kindred Colbeck, and I'm the Circle Chair for the Sue B. Colbeck Circle for Seattle Milk Fund. Our meeting tonight is very specific to event planning. So we're meeting to start planning an event that's happening in the holiday season. So we're all coming together with our notes. It's kind of the end of the summer. What have we been doing? Catching up. We are going to get a lot done tonight. We have a lot to talk about, so it's all good. We've had a great summer. It's the end of the summer, so now we're going to get back to business. One of the things that I love about our group is we all have certain areas that we're really strong in, and we all do what we can do. So we all have young children, and we're all in the same boat, and it just keeps us in the community. We all want to help out somehow, and this organization seems to fit. You know, we're doing something that's helping somebody else, and it just, at the end of the day, I think we all feel great about it.
So throughout the years, the people who've been attracted to Seattle Milk Fund becoming members, it's been men and women, but for the most part, it's women who are parents. And so the idea that they gather as friends, sometimes monthly, sometimes less often, to celebrate their own friendship, but that they also focus that work around giving to others. And in our case, it's parents again. And so you've got people who celebrate their friendship with each other, but then also invite others in. And so that investment has happened in a number of ways for us. We've got members whose daughters are involved after having their grandmothers involved with Seattle Milk Fund and their mothers.
My name is Joy Goodenough. My mother became a member of Seattle Milk Fund in approximately 1936 or 37, and a group of her friends, and they formed what was called the Town and Country Circle. And then in about 1959, or in 1959, when many of them had married daughters and daughter-in-laws, they decided they wanted to establish another circle. And I was part of that, and we became the Catherine B. Freely Circle in 1959. So just think about it, and I've belonged 51 years. A long time.
Are we still going to use that corridor by the
Seattle Milk Fund is really unique because not a lot of people know about us. We can do our work. We're over 100 years old, and we're still helping families with children. And that's the point of it all.
I think there's something magical about what we're trying to do. I think it's about connection, and it's about an organization that has come together over 100 years to create connections with people you may not ever have met. And it goes both ways. It goes to families who we help, and it goes to families who come here as members to celebrate their friendship and finding a connection to feeling meaningfully engaged and valued in their community. And I think it's something that is easy to lose. Seattle Milk Fund's never aspired to serve the nation or anything larger than this community, this area. And so for 100 years, we've offered a way to get to know somebody else. And it doesn't matter your cultural background or your age or how much money you have, that there's a way to connect. And I think we see the same thing too with the families that we've helped. We get calls fairly regularly from folks who want to become a member or from folks who give a donation because they received assistance years ago. So I think it's the idea that relationship is valuable and that we're investing in relationship.
It's almost like a family. it's whoever answers the phone. It's pretty much I have a relationship with that person. It's kind of funny, but everybody's pretty much really close together there.
You know, whenever I needed anything, you know, Seattle Milk Fund was there. And I want to be able to give the same gift that Seattle Milk Fund has given me to other people.
They're a small local organization, and they're able to act locally very profoundly in the lives of women, you know, who are trying to start over. And I think of all the grants and the scholarships and everything that I've received while I've been at the UW, the Seattle Milk Fund has been the most instrumental in making that happen.
Throughout the years, everything that you've done for my son and I is more than just greatly appreciated. It's invaluable to the development of who I am and what I plan to do with myself in the future.
Thank you, Seattle Milk Fund, for everything that you've helped me do with education and at the same time childcare. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Thank you.